What's up, guys? DIY Dale back at it again. We are in the studio and we are rocking out with the podcast. This is New Year's Eve. I'm shooting a couple of these tonight, so if you watched the first one, thank you. This is the politics one that everybody's been waiting for. I haven't talked about politics, but man, oh man, has shit been popping off. Let's be real about this. My goal in 2026, and your goal too, should be to open a daycare. Why? Well, I don't know. Maybe because the government is handing out millions of fucking dollars to Somalians that are starting these in Minnesota, in Columbus, Ohio, and God knows every other state, right? So let's really talk about this, guys, and what I've learned so far. I've learned this. I've learned that left-wing media will tell you these aren't real journalists and they aren't doing their research, but in reality is the video's out there. The proof is out there. These places are shell companies ran by God knows who, and they are getting millions of dollars in aid. And where the fuck is it going? Our tax dollars are being wasted. And so many people I've heard, even my friends, are saying, oh, well, you're not saying it's the white man, and go figure, you know, the Epstein files didn't come out and all this horse shit. Guys, you're right, the Epstein files didn't come out, and I could talk about that. And you're right, it wasn't a white guy. If it was a white guy, fuck him. If it was a black guy, fuck him. If it was an Indian guy, fuck him. Guys, at the end of the day, if you're ripping off the system and my tax dollars and your tax dollars are going to this corruption, fuck them all. Send ICE in, right? Send Homeland Security in. Do a fucking audit with the IRS. I mean, guys, this is getting out of control, and I've had friends that are on the left that are like, dude, this is crazy. I've had friends on the right that are saying, this is crazy. But guess what? I've had some friends, like I said at the beginning of this, saying, oh, blah, 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 you're picking on somebody. Guys, have you ever heard a Somalian speak? They aren't that educated based on where they come from. Where they come from, their education system is different than ours. Their culture is different than ours. So how can they come here, somehow work really hard to all of them? All of them have daycares? It's just a weird niche? No, you know what's a weird niche? Is Indians that own gas stations. I have best friends that are Indian, Punjabi, if you want to be honest, that own gas stations. That's because they're really good at fucking owning gas stations. And I could go in there, I could get gas, and I could buy food. I sure as fuck can't take my kids to Somalian daycare and expect them to be watched because these people don't even know how many kids are there. So we're looking at this, and this is current news, and Columbus, Ohio, they're doing it too. And there's 48 other states that this is probably happening in. I'm glad it's being found. I'm glad it's being exposed. And when they say this isn't a journalist, what is a journalist? Do you have to go to college to be a journalist? Do you have to go to college to be a business owner? There's so much of this bullshit coming out of the left-wing media that's stating these aren't real journalists. Now, you know what a real journalist is? Somebody that goes and knocks on a door and gets the story. Somebody that knocks on a door and asks questions. Somebody that makes a phone call, shoots an email, does an interview. I've been interviewed by journalists, okay? I've been on the camera by journalists, and I never asked them, what's your credentials? What the fuck is a credential when it comes to journalism, right? Am I a journalist? If I go to the local XYZ shop and do an interview on them, post it on the internet? You're goddamn right I am. So as Americans, we're starting to see kind of what's behind the curtain and exposing the tax dollars that we work really hard for get pissed away. I hope you all are mad at this. I hope you all keep asking questions. Coming into 2026, I hope we expose so much more. And that's the goal, right? The goal is to get out of this fucking debt that's been created, and we're left without a pot to piss in. So if you guys want to comment on that, please do. This is a short one, but those are my thoughts on this. I hope they keep exposing more. I hope they lose their privileges. I hope they get sent back wherever they came from, because guess what? If I went to Europe, if I went to Asia, if I went to Somalia, guys, I feel I'm pretty intelligent, but I couldn't tell you how to fucking start a daycare and get the government to pay for it in another country. Not a fucking shot. So it makes me ask the question, how does Ian Omar, or whatever the fuck her name is, and her husband become multimillionaires, and then all the Somalians are raking in millions at daycares? It sounds like it's a coordinated effort that is very sophisticated and planned, executed flawlessly, until some random white guy busted it open, and now you're mad about it. Guys, you just don't become multimillionaires like that. I promise you. It takes a long fucking time, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, and these people, somehow, some way, were able to come into our country and do all this without any help. Not a shot. Me, you, 50 other people couldn't travel to a country and within months start up everything. So, God bless. Happy New Year. Let's go on to the next topic.